remarkably impressive to me how Jasmine Paolini finished her 2025 season. And, again, for Jasmine Paolini, who to me was my biggest question mark, probably even more so than Pegula entering this season, of there's just no way after making 2 slam finals last year, this is going to sustain, right? Well, this year, she was 8-4 at the majors. Didn't make it past the 4th round. I don't know if she made a single 4th round. There were a bunch of 3-set losses for her at the majors in 3rd rounds. I think she lost the first 2 3rd rounds, Australia, French Open consecutively to, and the French Open was the 4th round, French Open was the 3rd round, where she lost to Svitolina. 4th round? 4th round, Thank you, DK. But back-to-back 3-set losses to Svitolina, 2nd round Wimbledon, 3rd round U.S. Open. Didn't defend her finals, and yet wins Rome. Cincinnati final. She's 46-18 overall in the year, 7th most wins. 8-4 at the majors, was tied for 17th most, but she was 36-10 against non-top 20 opponents. 10 top 20 wins, tied for 4th most. 5 top 10, tied for the 7th most. She beats Swiatek in Wuhan, beats Goff in Cincy, Rome, and Stuttgart. Got the win over Pegula, in the Billie Jean King Cup final, which DK doesn't care about in the slightest, as we learned earlier. No, just kidding. But obviously is able to lead her country to back-to-back Billie Jean King Cup titles. Matters to Italian tennis fans everywhere. Certainly back-to-back Tour Finals appearances for her, DK. I'm shocked. I couldn't believe it was going to happen. It just proves last year was real. And to me, given I saw her being one of, again, only 10 spots. You have to find new spots in the top 10 if you want new players. Hers was one I was circling more than any. I was wrong. For me, based on how wrong I was, based on her matching, to some extent, what she did last year, I have to go A-. Back-to-back Tour Finals. The only person who believed in her is, what's his name? Alex at the WTA. And I've been looking for that article forever. Who's the guy who said,
Alex McPherson.
Yeah, Alex McPherson is the only one who saw this coming. I did not. I go A-.
Yeah, no, I'm not giving her an A-. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, if you asked Jasmine if she'd rather make another slam final or win Rome, I'm sure she would pick Rome. I'm sure that was an amazing moment for her. And rather than plummet, which I think people assumed would happen after last year, she stabilized. I don't think in some ways I think the totality of highs were still higher last year. She still made 2 slam finals, but winning Rome and getting that triumphant, almost comical win over Iga Swiatek in Asia, 2 really huge moments from her. I struggled to count that many others. Yes, she did. She made the Cincy final, obviously, but I think for her, if Pegula's a B, that's the question is did she have a better year than Pegula? I guess she did. So I would give her maybe a B plus, but I don't love that either because I still feel like there should be more distance between the A's and the B's. But I think given the fact that she won the 1000 title, she got that hilarious one over Iga. It was 6-1, 6-2. It was just not close. It's just wacky. I would give her a B plus.
Fair. If you want to knock it to a B plus, for me, this had to do with expectations of what I thought. And again, I saw a clear plummet coming. I was very thoroughly wrong about that. And given the additional burden of expectations that come with the ranking she had to start the season inside the top 8, and knowing that there were 2 slam finals looming on her resume to come off of it at some point, how well spread out that success was. Again, every portion of the calendar, whether it's Rome, whether it's the Cincy final, whether it's what she's done here at the end of the year. She's pretty good in February, I thought, as well. What'd she do? Oh, round of 16 Dubai, round of 16 Doha, not great, but did go semifinals Miami. Again, the slam losses, Rakhimova's impeachable, but Svitolina, Vondrousova, other than that, I don't have any problems with any of those losses. Yeah, under 8 wins is not enough for someone who's a Tour finalist at the majors. You can't be averaging a 3rd round appearance across your 4 majors and a lack of quarterfinals in any of them. That stings. I can live with B plus. I'm fair to meet in the middle.
Look, I mean, she finished at number 4 last year. When the question coming in was, is she a top 4 player? And I think the answer to that question is no. But is she a top 8 to 12 player? Yes. And that's, it could have been her. It could have been Andreeva. If she did not make the WTA finals and Andreeva did, I don't think people would be banging down the door, being justice for Paolini's year. I think that's also a question there. So again, these players, we're not seeing. I mean, I don't want to put a jinx on anybody, but like we haven't really seen like the sort of precipitous downfalls that I think we're somewhat used to from players who
Sure.
achieve these high highs and then really have to climb back down the mountain. Like they're like maybe climbing down a few feet, and then they're finding another mountain to
You
climb
know
right
what it is?
away.
Osaka, Andreescu, and Kennan so thoroughly skewed like the perception because all of them have had such massive successes, and then all of them immediately like fell off so quickly. Jabeur has even had some injuries as well. Krejcikova has been a roller coaster of a ride when she's healthy, when she's not. You're right, like the steadiness of a Paolini, the steadiness of a Pegula. And by the way, the value of having like those number 6 and 7 players in the world who you can just like count on, pencil them into significant stages of tournaments. It's nice. It's nice to have those players. And you're right, that's probably where Paolini settles in that 6 to 12 range, far more than the top 4 ranking that she was able to pick up earlier. But like, that's a hell of a player. This player is going to be making millions during the prime of their career and probably won't need a second job when all things are done. I just never saw this from Paolini. I thought the serve was going to be too big of a liability, and it's just not. And that was my case for A minuses. It's like, okay, she really is one of the 6 to 12 best players in the world, higher than my expectations. I'm going to knock it down to B plus so we can meet in the middle.
I mean, now I'm just sad that Osaka and Andreescu aren't at the WTA finals. I wasn't thinking of them, and now I am, and now it's kind of like bummed me out. But
Well,
we can move on, I suppose.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Well, then